Then something else I want to bring to your attention is the work of Eric Arthur Blair. You probably know him because he wrote under the pen name of George Orwell. So you will certainly have read his first novel, Animal Farm, which is an inquiry into how easily, how drastically, how totally a collaborative effort, a collective, can turn into a brutal autocratic domination. And then, of course, in 1949, he wrote his major work, A Dystopia, 1984. The lesson in that book is that language can be used, bent, misused for thought control. What you think can be controlled by a central authority, as we see in so many of the dictatorships even now. The language is purposely impoverished in order that no words that have nuance, that have suggestiveness can be used, and that would stimulate the mind. What you want to do is close the mind down, cleanse the mind, narrow the mind, so that he's incapable of thinking a subversive idea. The language that is created by this particular dictatorship, ruled by a shady figure called Big Brother, Stalin had something of that nomenclature. He was Uncle Joe, Big Brother, but he was a brutal dictator nevertheless. And this impoverished language was called Newspeak, because it was cleansed of any suggestiveness. It was reduced to a bare thread of idea. In fact, spoken fluently, as they learned to do, it was called duck speak. Sounded like a duck quacking. Thought control. But with Proust, and again with Joyce, what we have is a total freedom of language. The untold riches, the incalculable wealth of a living language, which is what we have. We speak English. It's a living language. That wealth, that incalculable wealth, has been denied generations of our students in schools because it has not been taught at the elementary level or at the secondary level. When I was going to high school, ancient years ago, I had all this tied up in a neat ribbon by the end of grade 6. Subsequent to that, they began having to teach basic English grammar in universities because the students who came to them had no language. So it's part of what I'm trying to do in these Wild Mondays, to open you up to this incredible wealth of expression that we have inherited with our English language. We're born to the English language. And I would like to open out those millions of treasure chests. After all, you remember what Auntie Mame said?
Life is a banquet, and most poor buggers are starving to death.
There you go. We're starving to death. You can see it in the broadcasts, you can see it on the radio, you can see it in the newspapers. People don't know how to use their language. And so I do this to open out to you the riches of the language. And here it is being used by a phenomenal brilliance.